So within this lesson, we're going to talk a little bit more about this simple game that we've created, and the purpose of it is to be able to share these results that we're getting within the JavaScript and share them dynamically, get different results, share them on social. And having that ability to really customize these social share messages really gives your website and your web content that social aspect where you can really gain viewers and additional users from just sharing. So that idea would be that we share it on Twitter and we have a link back to the quiz, so it's like a kind of a challenge going out to other users that you scored 2 out of 3 questions. Why don't you check out this quiz? So we could do more of a call to action. The same thing on Facebook. So users, once they work through this, you can also create different dynamic images here and a whole bunch of different values that you're able to input there. So if you wanted to have different prize images, so maybe one image for someone that got to the score of 1, another one for the score of 2, and so on. And the same thing with the link. So we can include that, we don't have to include that, and that's the good thing about dialogue, that you're able to do all of these different variations. So if we don't include it, it just should just be leaving it blank, although it did include it in there. So just take a look at that. So maybe because of the image that it's being pulled from there, and it just needs a URL link to place in there. So again, we're going to be going through within this course more about how to customize all of this and how to build this out within your own website and to use your own web content. So all of this can just be dynamically set. We could set a variable for this, and we could have the same image there, the same URL being sent across either Twitter or Facebook. And the goal is, by the end of this course, that you should be able to create your own functions here and transfer your own data across any one of the social networks that we're going to be providing links for later on in this course. And again, for Twitter, all we're doing is here we're setting a description. We're doing an encode URI function, so this is a native JavaScript function, and all this does is this encodes it in a format that's going to be readable when we share it. And you can see that up here at the top. So this is URI encoded. So we've got, instead of the spaces, we've got the %20 and so on. So this allows Twitter in order to be able to interpret that text data, so it doesn't get messed up when we send it through the URI variable there. So that's encoding the description. We're setting up that description. We're pulling this information. So we've got a running score. We've got the total questions. So these are variables that were set. And then we could use these within that share message. So essentially this is our share message. And all we're doing here, we're calling to that share URL. We're encoding that description, and we're including a URL, much like we're doing here for Facebook, in order for the users to be able to go back to the site and do the same quiz. But again, you don't have to, but it's always a good idea to include those links going back to the content that it was posted from. And then here we've just got a simple JavaScript function where we're doing a window open, share URL. So we're taking in this URL, we're opening up this window, just calling it share window, menu bar no, toolbar no, resizable yes, scroll bars yes, height 600, width 600. So this gives us that pop-up window that can contain that content there. And it's the same thing if you go out here on the web and if you just type in that same URL, you're going to get that same share screen. So all it is just a pop-up window with the content that we have coming from this URL when we're sharing that. So it's the same thing, but because JavaScript is able to constantly pull out different values, we're actually able to track what the score is on the game and share those values dynamically.